Proud to serve northeastern and central Pennsylvania. This is WNEP 16, the news station. Now, Nolan Johannes, Karen Harch, pilot Jack Rulin in Skycam 16, Chief Meteorologist Tom Clark, and Joe Zone on sports. This is Newswatch 16.
A large amount of potentially dangerous asbestos has been identified at the A.T. Howell Middle School in the North Pocono School District, but none of the material has been removed. Why not? Well, Newswatch 16's Dan Fiorucci says the law does not require it. We'll have his report on that in just a few minutes.
There is a different matter of health in the news tonight. Governor Dick Thornburg today signed a bill into law for a new copay prescription program for senior citizens. Under that new law, those who qualify will pay $4 for each prescription, with the state lottery picking up the rest. You must be at least 65 years old to qualify and have an income limit of $9,000 per year if you're single and $12,000 if you are married. The program may not get underway until next fiscal year, July 1984. Karen?
Nolan, this story just in. The Williamsport Area School District ratified the new contract with its teachers. Tonight's action ends a two-week-old walkout. And there's been a late development in the lengthy strike by teachers in Nanticoke. More now from Newswatch 16's Bob Costantini, who is live in Nanticoke. Bob?
Karen, within the past hour, the Nanticoke Area Teachers Union announced it would not be part of a special meeting that the school board wants tonight. Union spokesman Ed Pyshinsky told me that the teachers wanted that meeting between the board and the teachers union to be closed, but apparently the board is going to allow the public into the John S. Fine High School auditorium. The teachers say that there would be agitators among the public, and they think the meeting would absolutely serve no purpose. And because of that, the board may be meeting tonight with few, if any, teachers in the audience. We'll be there tonight for the meeting, and we'll let you know what happens. Bob Costantini live with the Instacam in Nanticoke. Karen?
Okay, thank you, Bob. And now I'm told we do have Dan Fiorucci's report on asbestos at the A.T. Howell Middle School in the North Pocono School District. Here's what he found.
2, 1. What I have in my hand is a copy of a congressional report. It's titled EPA's Failure to Regulate Asbestos. What you're about to see is a story of why reports like this are written. A.T. Howell Middle School, like a lot of schools across the country, has a skeleton in its closet. A room full of asbestos right down the hall from where youngsters go to class. This is the room that contains the asbestos insulation. As you can see, it's a huge area, approximately 150 by 150 feet. And as you also may be able to tell, the asbestos is all over the walls and the ceiling of this place. If you look closely, you can also notice that the asbestos is in what technicians refer to as a friable condition. It can easily be loosened by the touch of a hand or a finger. I'm not about to touch the stuff.
We complied by doing exactly what we were supposed to do.
The school superintendent and members of the school board have known about the asbestos for some 6 months now, ever since a testing firm issued a lab report on the room. But so far, the school district has done nothing but lock the doors to the room. Are you aware that there is asbestos in the middle school here?
No, I'm not aware of it.
Some parents are upset. The school board has known the asbestos is there for about 6 months now.
No, I didn't know that.
Do you think the parents should have been told about it?
I do. Yes, I do.
But the fact of the matter is, the North Pocono School District has done just about everything the law requires. It's identified the asbestos hazard, and it's posted a warning about it. What you've seen in this report is one reason why Congress has criticized the EPA. It's also the reason why 10 years after the hazards of asbestos have become known, 3.6 million children across the country are still being exposed to it. Dan Fiorucci, Newswatch 16, Moscow.
Newswatch 16 continues with protection for bus riders on South River Street.
Plus, we'll tell you just why a fire destroyed a factory and put its workers on the street.
Hey, Joe!
we when crossing busy roads? We told you last night that an elderly man was killed while crossing River Street in Plains Township. It happened near a bus stop. And as Newswatch 16's Mark Davis reports, there's yet another spot along River Street where there's potential danger for pedestrians.
River Street in Wilkes-Barre, one of the city's busiest highways, and if you're a pedestrian near General Hospital, it can be one of the most dangerous. People like Letty Jones of Wilkes-Barre try and cross here to get the bus regularly, but it's really not easy.
It's very difficult, very difficult. Nobody seems to even want to stop to leave you go across. It's hard. Always somebody come, some kind of car, bus, something, always coming.
77-year-old Priestley Jones of Wyoming just came from visiting his hospitalized wife. For him, the bus is the best way to get around, but it's scary for him to try and cross the street right here.
The traffic is heavy, and some want to turn in there to go to the hospital. It's a really dangerous place.
The pedestrians say a traffic light is desperately needed here, but the city says that would disrupt traffic flow. City engineer Bob Bessler thinks it's a no-win situation.
We've looked at various ways. We looked at the installation of a traffic light. We looked at moving of the bus routes and stuff like that. This time we haven't come up with any good solution.
A number of people who get the bus here regularly tell me that sometimes it's worth your life to cross this street to try and get the bus. And they'd like to see something done and done soon before someone else is killed in this area crossing the street to get a bus. Mark Davis, Newswatch 16, Wilkes-Barre.
Fire officials in Lycoming County now say Monday's fire at a plastics plant was an accident. Investigators believe it started when a worker sprayed a chemical into a cardboard box and the box caught fire. No one was hurt in the fire at the Plastics Development Company in Lycoming Township, but the blaze destroyed the factory north of Williamsport, where hot tubs, spas, and fiberglass Jeep bodies were made. Newswatch 16 continues with meteorologist Tom Clark and his forecast.
Tom, I saw some white stuff floating around before.
Yeah.
Any more of that? I think it was snow.
It's still snowing outside now, Karen and Nolan.
Bundle up, you're going out.
I'm going out. How much will we get, though?
Yes, please.
In a minute, I'll have the answer from the backyard. Join me.
Enjoy the greatest show on earth.
Well, we're having our first snowfall of the season, but Tom Clark, I don't see you with a snow shovel, so I guess it's not too bad after all.
It won't be too bad, Karen. You're right. No snow shovels needed. You won't even need your snow tires the next couple of days. Very light snow now in the backyard, just wet on the ground, maybe a few spots of light wet slush here and there, but no big deal. Let me show you the temperature outside now. Under cloudy skies in this backyard, the reading is 35 degrees. The humidity is 63%. That's pretty high. The wind north at 5 miles per hour. The barometer is holding steady, 29.87 inches. Now the high in this backyard, 39 today, and the low, 34. Normals 53 and 37, a record high. Look at that, 1977 was the year. 73 warm degrees. Must have been nice. Let's check Newswatch 16's color satellite photograph. I have the East Coast shot for you. And there it is. Now you can see there's Pennsylvania right there. Look at this giant comma cloud, indicative of a pretty strong storm system rotating counterclockwise like so. The center right about up there. Actually, this is a storm in the upper atmosphere representing a pocket of very cold air that we spoke about last night that's dropping southward towards Pennsylvania. A lot of dry air up this way rotating in towards the storm center, but at the same time, look at this. A very moist flow of air coming in off the Atlantic Ocean, and that's what's going to keep our weather pattern cloudy and on the flaky side over the next 36 hours. This storm system dropping very slowly southward, keeping our weather very unsettled. But it is a mighty big storm, and it's moving very, very slowly. Kind of a neat shot. Now, here's what we have for the forecast for tonight. Cloudy and cold, some snowflakes out there, mostly over the elevations now for that snow tonight. We'll get to amounts in just a minute. 30 in Lenox, 31 in Kingston for the low tonight, 32 in Brockton, about 32 in Beavertown, and 31 in Jersey Shore for the low tonight. I was in Kingston this afternoon at the Chester Street School, and a big hello goes out tonight to all the second graders I spoke with this afternoon. We had a good time. Now here's tomorrow's forecast. Cold, cloudy skies overhead. It will be snowy at times, flaky, some light snow, some snow flurries, but no big deal, no heavy snow I expect tomorrow, right into the evening hours. As a matter of fact, a few drops of rain could mix in over the northeastern counties tomorrow night. So 39 the high in Tunkhannock, 37 Mountaintop, 38 in Mahanoy City. Out there in Woodward in Center County, 39 the high tomorrow, and about 40 in Faxon. Now, snowfall amounts coming up from tonight right through tomorrow night, an inch or less from about the Poconos down through Hazleton and Mahanoy City, probably just enough to whiten the ground in that area. About an inch by tomorrow night up in some of the northeastern counties, Forest City, northward, inch or less, Wyoming County, Sullivan County, and the mountains up that way, 1 to 2 inches, north central mountains up towards Tioga County, I expect by tomorrow night as that moist flow continues to come down from New England. Now here's your health watch on a Saturday. Reflexes and your ability to concentrate should be a little bit higher than normal because of weather conditions tomorrow. Otherwise, little effect on the way you think and feel according to the weather tomorrow. Light snow and snow flurries tonight, 31 degrees. Flurries tomorrow, 40 for the high Wilkes-Barre, Scranton. Sunday looks cloudy. A little bit of sun mixed in the afternoon, 47 degrees. Beautiful Monday and Tuesday as I see it now. So no big snow storm is coming tonight, but again, just enough to whiten the ground in some of the mountains and just a dusting to wet the ground in the valley cities.
Just enough to get the skiers to come out and wax up.
Yeah, just enough to get them excited, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, looks pretty, too.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah.
Okay, thanks, Tom. And Joe Zone is next with the sports, live from Plains Stadium.
And, of course, that's where the Super 16 Game of the Week is. We'll be there.
How high will you try? $16,000 can be yours weekdays at 4.
It turned out to be more than they thought. The first phase cleanup of a toxic waste dump in the Lackawanna County borough of Taylor has been finished. The Environmental Protection Agency says the site off Prince Street, seen here from Skycam 16, is now free of 1,100 drums found on the surface or partially buried in the dump. Officials first thought they'd find only 600 drums. 300 have already been trucked to a site in New York. The EPA says it'll return to dig up what was buried under the site at a later date.
All right, time right now to go to Plains Stadium, home of Coughlin and Joe Zone with sports. Joe, how is it out there?
Well, the weatherman says it is cold, but I'll tell you what, in a little while here it is going to be hot, 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 because we've got a showdown between number 2 Hanover and number 3 Coughlin. It is the Super 16 Game of the Week. The weather different than it has been for the past couple of weeks. A full house for sure here, but I'll tell you what, this game will be decided by what happens right here on the football field. The Crusaders have a problem even before they start the game. That's their starting quarterback, Paul Patara. And a knee injury suffered last week against GAR will keep him out of tonight's game.
There's no doubt if you lose your quarterback, there's timing problems and leadership problems and so forth. But Joey Osakowski's had a great week of practice, and I think he'll be ready to go against Hanover, no doubt in my mind.
Osakowski will have to be ready. He'll be trying to put points up on a defense that is the best in the conference. In 9 games, Hanover has yet to be scored on in the first half, and that will be one of Coughlin's goals tonight. It will not be a big play game. Both teams are concerned about ball control and field position.
We want to keep the ball away from them as much as possible. We want to go ahead and get a few sustained drives and stay on offense as much as possible.
And as big as this game is, the two teams go in with an entirely different approach. For Coughlin, which still has 2 tough games remaining after this, it's a low-key approach.
And if you get them overly psyched for this one and win or lose, you might not have them for the next 2 games mentally. So we've got to take it almost as another game, just an ordinary football game. And it's kind of weird to do that because it is the magnitude of the game is great.
The Hawkeyes, on the other hand, know that a win tonight will clinch at least a tie. And they've practiced all week with a conference title in mind.
I'll tell you what, when we were 3-0, or 4-0, excuse me, we were playing Pittston area. We thought we had our most intense week of practice then. To us as a coaching staff, it seems like this week is just like the Pittston week, when we knew that this was the one that we had to get in. Practice has been going real great.
While the Hanover kids have played many big games this year, most of this is fairly new to them. Coughlin, on the other hand, a senior-laden team, has been here many times before, and that experience may prove valuable tonight. One other thing to consider about this game, Hanover this year has won all of its big games at home on Saturday afternoon. This is the first time they've got a biggie on the road at night. For that reason, maybe that reason, I'm going to pick Coughlin in a close one. Okay, lots of big college football stuff coming up tomorrow. Tim Carlson has the story of those games.
There's more on the line than pride tomorrow when Pitt travels to Notre Dame. There's a good chance the winner of the late afternoon ball game could wind up in a major bowl contest. And that, of course, means a large amount of money going to the participating schools' coffers. Head coach Foz Fazio of Pitt says he's not concerned about the bowl bids right now, but with defeating the Irish, a team playing well of late, having won their last 5. Fazio thinks slowing down or stopping Notre Dame tailback Alan Pinkett will be the key to winning. Pinkett has been held to less than 100 yards only once this year, and the emergence of freshman quarterback Steve Berlin has the Irish offense playing well. The Panthers have won 4 straight, are 6-2 overall, and defense is the mainstay of their club this year. It won't be easy. Notre Dame at home for Pitt tomorrow. At State College, it should be an easy time for Penn State as the Nittany Lions meet up with Joe Paterno's alma mater, Brown. Paterno is looking for the Bruins to pull off some strange things since they've got nothing to lose, sporting a 2-4-1 record in the Ivy League. After losing to Boston College last week, Penn State's hopes of a major bowl bid were just about finished, but this could be a good game to sharpen the squad for the upcoming Notre Dame and Pitt battles. Look for Penn State to have no problems tomorrow against Brown. And let's not forget the big game at Bloomsburg tomorrow as East Stroudsburg and Bloomsburg University square off for the Eastern Division title in the Pennsylvania Conference. Both teams 4-1 in the division. The winner to meet Clarion, the West winner, on November 19th for the State College Championship. Tim Carlson, Newswatch 16 Sports.
And we'll be at Penn State Brown tomorrow and also at that East Stroudsburg-Bloomsburg game for highlights on the shows. Okay, let's check the fish forecast, and I'll tell you what, you can still go fishing tomorrow morning and get out to the big games because the best time to go is very early tomorrow. That's all of it. Give tonight your best shot. I'll see you at 11:15 with the scores and highlights of this one, Valley View and Dunmore, all of the big games tonight that will decide some playoff spots.
Okay, it should be a good game.
Okay,
Thanks,
Joe. Keep warm.
Everything from whitewater to black powder to beavers, biking, and bows. From copperheads to whitetails to casting, calling, and crows. You'll see stalking fish, fixing poles, rainbow trout, and snowy owls. Setting traps, drilling holes, earthworms, and waterfowls. Whether you're a fan of the Eagles, Browns, Bears, or Giants, or of Joe and Stan and the Mountain Man, or some Tom Duck, or Harry, watch hiking, frying, riding, tying, skiing, and flying on Pennsylvania Outdoor Life, Saturday at 7.